Good morning, it's Thursday, May 14th, and we're going to continue our discussion on the subject of actions. And today, looking specifically at whether those actions are directed to the right things. So the prompt from the Daily Stoic is, are my actions contributing to my well-being? When I hear this question, it's a reminder to me to ensure that my attention is focused on the present and not projected into the future. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius reminds himself, for you can't lose either the past or the future. How could you lose what you don't have? Nothing in this life is guaranteed. No event, no deadline, no outcome. Even the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. By attaching our happiness to externals yet to happen, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. And what's even worse, we've introduced a whole host of unnecessary and counterproductive emotions, namely hope and fear. As Seneca writes, fear keeps pace with hope, nor does their so moving together surprise me. Both belong to a mind in suspense, to a mind in a state of anxiety through looking into the future. Both are mainly due to projecting our thoughts far ahead of us instead of adapting ourselves to the present. Our ability to adapt ourselves to the present should be the measure of our satisfaction, as that's where we have the most opportunity to take action and influence, not on the results which are so heavily determined by externals unknown and sometimes unknowable. But focusing our attention on the present is only half of the puzzle. It's possible to be focused on the wrong things, and that's why Marcus reminds himself to learn to ask of all questions, why are they doing that, starting with your own. For me, the extreme example of this is found in Einstein's idea that the definition of anxiety is in doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Habits, as we've discussed, can be extremely powerful tools, which, if effective, allow us to make the conscious unconscious, thereby freeing up the mental bandwidth, which allows us to live in the present without quite as much clutter. Now, that's incredibly valuable, provided that these habits contribute to our overall well-being. The assessment of some habits to this end is incredibly straightforward, like smoking or a steady diet of fast food lunches. But for others, what was once deemed a desirable habit, supportive of our overall well-being, may change over space and time. It requires us to couple the two pieces of guidance offered by Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. 1, don't focus on the future. 2, always question your actions. So what does this look like practically? Well, for me, it starts with 1, bring our focus to the present. What areas do I need to address to feel like I'm comprehensively looking after my well-being? What do I want to ensure that I don't lose sight of? Now, as I've mentioned before, for me, that's family, friends, health and nutrition, personal growth, community, career, and leisure. Number 2, what are my longer-term goals that are associated with each one of these buckets? I have to be able to define that. I have to know where I want to be headed. Number 3, how do I design a system supportive of reaching these goals? And we've talked a lot about how incredibly important it is to have a system that allows you to make progress towards those ends. Number 4, what do I need to do more tactically to achieve that? What actions do I need to undertake and with what frequency? Number 5, take time to track performance regularly, ideally daily, and that will help you maintain accountability. Number 6, periodically, maybe once a month, and this is what's critically important, stop and ask myself, are those actions still serving me as intended? Are they contributing to my overall well-being? Can I do things differently and enjoy the process even more? Just because something can be measured doesn't mean that it should be. And then finally, number 7, schedule time for a deep, holistic mid-year review. Reread your original goals and check the progress. Celebrate the successes. Rethink the approach where it didn't work. Refine what contributes most significantly to this moment in your life, to your overall well-being. Recognize how life has changed, how you've changed. And this is where journaling is incredibly fascinating. It captures a static impression of your thoughts at a particular moment in time. Review your notes and observe the changes. Adjust your actions to who you are at this point in time and ensure that they're aligned to your well-being. Then you can get back to focusing on the present, feeling confident that your attention is directed to where it's ultimately most beneficial to you and to those around you. Hope you found this useful. Have a great day.